Expressing its concerns for a regional spillover, the European Union said Eritrean troops are involved in military operations in Tigray. In his blog published on Friday, Vice President of the European Commission, Josep Borrell, said that situation on the ground goes well beyond a purely internal law and order operation. Borrell announced the EU's decision to suspend $106 million in budget support. EU indicated that over 2 million people have been internally displaced. We receive consistent reports of ethnic targeted violence, killings, massive looting, rape, forceful returns of refugees, and possible war crimes, said Borrell, mentioning people who are in dire need of aid still do not have access to humanitarian assistance. Recalling that Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed won a Nobel Peace Prize for achieving peace with Eritrea, the Vice President of EU said the world needs Ethiopia's Prime Minister and his government to live up to this prestigious recognition by doing all it takes to end the conflict. Borrell said, as an immediate first step, the Ethiopian authorities must comply fully with international humanitarian law and ensure that people in need get access to life-saving aid. This applies to all states in conflict. The federal government, however, has been denying the involvement of Eritrean troops since the beginning of its law enforcement operation in Tigray. Former high-level officials of the Tigray People's Liberation Front TPLF, Sibhat Naga and his comrades, including Abai Waldu, former president of Tigray, and Abraham Takasta, ex-minister of finance, appeared before the Arada branch of the Federal First Instance Court. In a court session held on Friday, federal police asked judges for 14 days to investigate the case brought against 24 people who are suspected of involvement in the attack on the Northern Command of the Ethiopian National Defense Force and other crimes. Qeddusan Naga, sibling of Sibhat and former Speaker of Tigray Regions Council, and Solomon Kidani, who was deposed from his post as Deputy Mayor of Addis Ababa last year, as well as ex-army officers accused of treason, were among suspects brought before the court of law. Keria Ibrahim, who was Speaker of the House of Federation from May 6, 2018 until her resignation on June 9, 2020, also appeared before the court. While federal police opened files on Sibhat Naga, Abai Waldu and other suspects, the court accepted its 14 days extension request and adjourned the case for 29th of January 2021. Businesses in Mekelle are contending with an acute shortage of cash due to the daily withdrawal limit put on depositors. While economic activities are at all standstill in Ethiopia's second biggest city, the interim administration of Mekelle announced that majority of businesses are still closed and are unable to undertake their regular business activities. Mayor of Mekelle, Atakilti Haile told our reporter Elias Tagain that despite the opening of banks, the transaction limit is hindering traders from buying and selling items, while economic activities are yet to go back to normal. According to Atakilti, at some subsidies where there's no electricity, residents are unable to withdraw money, affecting their daily consumption. Meanwhile, the interim administration said it's distributing basic health commodities. Hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced in Tigray after the fighting broke out in early November 2020, according to Organization for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs (OCHA). The Tigray Emergency Coordination Center, on the other hand, estimated that more than 4.5 million people are in need of urgent assistance, including 2.2 million people who had been forced to flee their homes within Tigray.